All right, had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I think we're live now. So, originally I had this thing scheduled to go live at 2 o'clock local time, and then I realized that Aquavite Roy was scheduled at the same time. So, out of respect, he had his scheduled, so I pushed mine back so I can watch his live stream, and of course, so we're not fighting over the same viewers, since we have probably a lot of crossover viewers. So I just watched his stream and put it on for 4 o'clock my time. Now, the thing that's weird is, because I was watching his live stream on my phone and on my computer, while I was on my phone, I scheduled the live stream for 4 o'clock. For some reason, on my desktop, I couldn't find the scheduled live stream. I'm hoping people aren't in that room, since on their end, they might be seeing a live stream waiting room. So I'm gonna see if I can get into the room from my phone. I'm not sure if it's going to allow me. So if anyone is watching, and what's up, Scotty? If anyone's watching and there is a waiting room for a live stream that I was supposed to schedule, if anyone can head over there and just let them know that I won't be in that room. For some reason, it's not showing up. My end was not showing the scheduled live stream that I had. What's up, Jay? What's going on, everybody? So, man, 2018 is almost over. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a long, long year for me. Want to know what you guys are going to be drinking tonight, and any plans for the New Year festivities? So, Fireball, yes. I'm going to crack open my Flaviar sample box. I only tried it that one time on the video, so I wanted to give it a little bit more of a fair shot, being indoors. Going to start with, I believe A was my Breckenridge bourbon. Can't drive, can't drink, he's driving at the moment. How long of a drive you got, man? Breckenridge bourbon, 43%. It's a good way to start things off, a little on the lower ABV, something that's a little more tame. What are you guys drinking? You know what? Just finish it off. It's a low ABV. There we go. Of course, drinking out of my, I can't catch it with the light on there, but that's my my Whiskey Warrior glass, like usual. New sub. Hey, Whiskey Ace, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. So I'm solo today. I tried to get Mike to come on the live stream. He's working on his car today. So we were actually supposed to be recording videos, but guess he had car problems, so he's out there doing that. Thank you to you as well, Tom. Appreciate that. Are you guys drinking anything yet? And Jay, since you said you're still driving, how long of a drive you got? Rum. Anything special? You know, this Breckenridge isn't that bad. I mean, there's nothing that blows me away with the Breckenridge. I mean, it's kind of like your run-of-the-mill bourbon, but I'm getting a little bit of like fruity notes out of it, you know, It's so funny. I keep saying I have these little tasting notes from that come with the Flaviar thing. I don't know. I have a really shitty webcam, so yeah. I have a light ring behind me. My wife thought I wouldn't tell you guys this. I am sitting at her makeup vanity. So the light ring, the one that's making everything nice and bright, is actually her makeup ring. But I guess it's so bright it won't let you guys focus on this card. But this is how Flaviar does their tasting wheels. There we go. That is kind of visible. All right, so they're saying that it should be very rich in honey, toasted bread, banana, vanilla, slightly sweet, dried fruit, and spicy notes. Not getting any of the spice. I'm actually getting more fruitiness than anything else. What's up, Juan? Buddy, you made it in even though you said you wouldn't. Right? Good use of existing equipment, right? Got that nice makeup vanity. Now, this makeup vanity she has used to be my computer desk. But any married men can tell you, hey, my wife actually made it into the chat. So now she's going to hear me talk shit on her about she stole my goddamn computer desk and made it into her makeup vanity. And I guess I'm going to be making her another hot toddy when we get off of this live stream because she's been under the weather. She's been sick for the last few days. Jay, what part of SoCal? Because that's where we're from, Bonsall Vista area. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that area, and that's obviously SoCal. See if I missed anyone. Happy wife, happy life, she says. Happy spouse, happy house. North Orange County. All right. One of my whiskey meetup groups is actually in OC. We meet in Newport Beach. Some Aaron whiskey from her collection. Nice. I've actually never had Aaron, but I have not heard anyone say anything bad about that. So sounds like we only got one rum drinker right now. No one else said anything. Steve, see, exactly. I'm sorry about that, Steve. I mentioned it earlier when I started this stream. And actually, I asked everyone if they could go over to the old link. For some reason, I scheduled it on my cell phone as a live stream for 4 p.m. But on my desktop, that link wouldn't show up. So when I put in the scheduled live streams, nothing showed. So because it wasn't letting me into it, I couldn't get into that room to let you guys know that we went live somewhere else. So if anyone else is still in that room, if you guys could just let them know we're actually live here and not in that room, I truly appreciate that if you guys can do that. So Steve, I apologize. You didn't really miss too much. We was just doing a lot of like introducing each other and stuff like that. Thank you, Steve. Truly, thank you so much. How many people were in the waiting room? Santiago de Cuba, 15-year-old. So you really do drink some decent rums. The only rum in my collection was a gift. One of my friends, he's Haitian. He went to Haiti and he brought back. You guys would probably read it out as Bourbon Court, but he says it's called Babacoa or Babaku. Yeah, Babaku. So he got me a Babaku 8. All right, thank you, Steve. Yep, Bourbon Court 15. This was a Bourbon Court 8. Hey, Daniel, thanks for making it over into the live stream. So I knew some people were going to be over in the waiting room, so I figured I wouldn't really get too onto it right now. So really just introducing myself and what are you guys drinking? Trying to find out. Daniel, it's actually, I'm surprised. I haven't seen you do one of these back-to-back live streams probably ever. I'm glad that you were actually enjoying. We had Scotch test dummies first, and then right into Aquavite, and now here. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you letting everyone know. Thank you. Scott over at Scotch Test Dummies kind of mentioned it in his live stream, but one of the things that really helped Brolic Whiskey kind of get on people's radar was the fact that we were the first people to get our hands on Conor McGregor's Proper 12. This was before there was even a website letting people know that this product was even coming out. So we had like a really advanced copy of it. We reviewed it, and obviously anything with Conor McGregor just goes viral real quick. So we understand, we kind of like lucked out quite a bit. We have like 380,000 views on that one video, and we saw a huge influx of subscribers because of that video. But we weren't just trying to milk off of Conor McGregor's name. It's just the fact that we had an early copy, and I feel like we're doing our thing different than a lot of other channels. We have our own take on how we do our videos. If you are new, because I did see a bunch of you guys said that you just subbed because of Aquavite. We taste all of our whiskeys 3 different ways on our channel, and we give a score for each one. So we always taste neat first, then with a couple of drops of water, and then over ice. We give a score all 3 different ways. Mike and I are completely different personalities. I'm usually a lot more energetic on videos, and Mike's kind of got like this laid back California attitude. And I brought him on because he's brand new to whiskey. Like, he doesn't know anything about whiskey, so he really represents the beginner. But you guys probably have already noticed, the ones that have been watching for a while, is he's really picking things up now. Like, some of the newer videos that are coming out, you're actually starting to see him pick out some really good descriptive tasting notes and things like that. So I don't know how much longer we're going to call him a beginner, but he is still technically a beginner because he only drinks whiskey when we do our recordings. It's not like me where I'm hanging out with you guys, I'm drinking a whiskey. If I'm hanging out at home, I might be drinking a whiskey. Mike only drinks whiskey the days that we do our recordings. And Valkyrie right now, okay, so you saw that was our last upload, Welsh. We just uploaded the Highland Park Valkyrie. What do you think of the Valkyrie? Obviously, I was a little critical of it. Just gonna go through the chat a little bit. Okay, so It's Bourbon Night was on before me. Ah, man, I missed them. I actually liked them a lot. I didn't realize they were going live. I slept in a little late. I was really shocked when I saw how late I was. Finally have a break, Daniel says. It's good to see that you get a break once in a while. You get to enjoy some whiskey without always having to be in front of the camera or behind the scenes doing stuff. Just having fun. And what I was saying is, yeah, I know. I was saying I understand that the Conor McGregor video really put us on the map, so to say. But I feel we must be connecting with people in a certain way for the fact that all these months later, we're still keeping our viewer count. So we're still having the same amount of subscribers, more or less. Everything fluctuates a little bit, but I feel like we're starting to hit our stride a little bit. Hey, We Dram, I haven't seen you around in a while in here, so welcome. Gordon, right? Calibrate. How does it compare to classic Jameson, Daniel? Send me an email, brolicwhiskey@gmail.com. I will send you a sample. But honestly, It's one of the worst tasting whiskeys I've ever had. It's weird. The day that we recorded it the first time, it was actually kind of decent, so to say. It was okay. And honestly, I was still under the impression that it wasn't sourced because of all the BS that they use. They kind of make it sound like it's Conor McGregor's own distillery. Like they really play into that, make it sound like he has his own distillery. So I kind of gave a little benefit of the doubt, like, it's not bad for a brand new distillery. So gave him some leeway. But within a couple of days of the bottle being opened, I've never experienced this with any other whiskey ever. So if you've experienced this before, Daniel, let me know. But within days, it just took a steep nosedive where all of a sudden it became so chemical. Like it was really almost like you were just drinking turpentine. It's so strange. Steve. Okay, so Steve, you might actually just like Bushmills because this is basically it's made by Bushmills, but obviously they just slightly tweaked the recipe a little bit. But I honestly feel like even white label Bushmills is better than James Proper 12. And okay, hate the whole it's sourced and we're lying about it. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the fact that I've actually reached out to their marketing lady. Daniel knows about her. Same people that run um, Templeton Rye. Daniel loves Templeton Rye. Same marketer, same marketing lady. Wow, Aquavite, thank you very much, sir. Uh, you actually have a distinct honor. You are the first super chat we've ever had. So cheers to you, Roy. Thank you so much. And so Steve says that he likes regular Bushmills better than Proper 12. Interesting. Okay, so I personally my flavor profile does lean towards Jameson as far as the what would you say more common Irish whiskeys out of like your Tullamore Dew, your Bushmills, your Jamesons. I would lean towards Jameson with my palate, and obviously everyone's palate's slightly different. But the Proper 12, I honestly, like I said in the first video when we recorded it, I thought was a decent whiskey. So, Steve, since you said you like Proper 12, have you had a bottle that lasted more than a week, or do you kind of finish your bottles quick? I just want to know from you, Steve, since you are probably one of the first people I've seen give positive reviews on it. Thank you so much, Roy. Go hang out with the wife and have some fun. I know you did Valkyrie, got it in Valknut. Oh, you got Valknut. Okay, I haven't had the Valknut yet. Yes. So Welsh just said that it kind of feel like the stuff is a little bit overpriced, and that's unfortunately what I'm starting to see. So here we go. One of Conor McGregor's biggest fans is in the room right now. WTF Entertainment. He loves coming into all of my videos and talking shit because he loves Conor McGregor so much. So everyone, let's show what the fuck entertainment some love and say hi. So he loves Conor McGregor a lot. I'll just say like, look, I'm not going to like a whiskey just because of a celebrity. I'm going to review a whiskey based on the taste of the whiskey. Perfect example is Black Feather. Black Feather is a sourced whiskey, and Black Feather is owned by Travis Pastrana, Jeremy Rowley, and Rob Dyrdek. So they're sourced whiskey, but at least they admit it, and it's not bad. I mean, for a $27 bourbon, that Black Feather is a decent MGP product. Uh, Gordon, I haven't reviewed Lestau, but I've tried it at a couple of my whiskey meetup groups, which I kind of like sherried whiskeys, so the Lestau is not bad for me. Mm, 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 mm. So, like I said, Daniel, if you are still in the room, if you want me to just send you out a sample, I do have enough left of the proper 12 that I can send you out a sample. Just email me and I'll send it out to you. What's everyone else drinking? Oh, I 100% agree with Daniel on what he just wrote. It's not as good as the 12-year-old cash strength. I think the 12-year-old cash strength is the best affordable Irish whiskey. The only whiskey I would put above in that I've had at least is an 80 Rat Ray release of a Cooley 11-year-old. And it came in at like 62% ABV. I don't know. It's something about that twice distilled versus triple distilled that Cooley does that just brings out so much more complexity. I love almost anything that Cooley's doing. I don't even know what that is. Cybermen take over the world. What are you guys drinking? I'm going to just go into my little sample box here, and I'm gonna have you guys choose my next drink. I'll grab like 3 or 4 different ones here and just let you guys vote in the chat room. What's my next drink going to be? So I got right here actually 2 different Flaming Hearts. One is the 2012 Compass Box Flaming Heart, and the other one is the 2018 Flaming Heart. Then I got, speaking of really good Irish whiskey, this is a Teeling. I think it was a single cask Teeling. I just remember it was really good at the last meetup. And I'll throw this one into the Glencairn 15. So out of those 4, Teeling, Glencairn 15, or Flaming Heart, 2012 or 2018. Side-by-side comparison. All right. Significantly better. Okay. You know what? I got 2 glasses here. Let's do what Jay recommended. I'll keep the 2012 on my left side, and then the 2018 in my Whiskey Warrior. That's one of the distinctions that Daniel and I share. Daniel was actually the first ever Whiskey Warrior recipient. Okay. Glencairn 15. Matthias. All right, maybe that'll be my next one. Wee Dram is drinking Talisker Storm. You know what? I should have pulled it up, but I actually don't know much about the Flaming Heart, but apparently Daniel does. I get a lot of sherry in the 2012. I don't get sherry at all on the 18. Is the 18 still sherry? Wow. Yeah, Whiskey Smiths, such a nice set of people that run that site. Zach had to be one of the most easy people to be interviewed by, because I was nervous as heck when he called me up to interview me, because I've never really been interviewed. And he just made it very conversational. He's an awesome guy. Wow, it smells so much different. Wow, the 12-year-old the 2012 just smells so much nicer. Ooh. All right. So, like I said, I didn't look it up. I don't know anything about it, but there's definitely peat in this Flaming Heart too, though. It's a good amount of peat, not too smoky, but still clings to the tongue. Man, that's a nice dram. Wow, I like that. Dark Storm. Okay, see what else you guys are talking about over here. Okay, so they are both sherry, according to Tom. Okay. The 12 is noticeably sherried on the nose. Okay. They're both really damn good drinks. I'm going to clean my palate a little. On initial impression, I would say the 18 is lighter in both aspects. The 12 seemed to have a little bit more peat and a little more sherry. More bourbon cask on which one? Anyone else want to throw in what they're drinking? Actually, what do you guys plan? I mean, I don't know how many of you guys actually do go out partying for New Year's. I'm a married man. We might make it to midnight on the couch. Well, you guys got any plans for the new year? Wow. Oh my goodness. I say this all the time. I've never met a Compass box that was not an enjoyable whiskey. No more New Year's partying. Too old. Cheers to that. From Chicago. Wow, I gotta say, man, the 2012 is head and shoulders better than the 18. That is really nice drink. I have an unopened bottle of, man, how do you pronounce it? Is it Asila from Compass Box? I have an unopened bottle of that I need to get around to soon. Black Arts 4.1. All right. That is not a cheap whiskey. So you're actually surprising me to see that you love some Black Art 4.1, but you actually have some decent things to say about Proper 12 at the same time. So Asila is delicious, you're saying. Okay, I haven't gotten around to that one. I'm trying to go through all my open bottles first for the channel. I don't want to have too many open bottles, and it's really cool having someone like we've dubbed him Johnny Brolic. He's donated so many bottles of things that he ends up not liking. So every time we go to the whiskey meetup groups and we meet up in Newport Beach in Orange County, every time I go there, I end up coming home with a bunch of extra bottles. Okay, so you don't like it, you just think that it could be good with more age. And yes, and that's kind of the same thing that I said in my review, is that I felt that with a few more years, it could be a decent whiskey. You can kind of tell right away that it's like 3 years to the day. Like they're like, all right, it just meets requirements. Let's bottle it up and ship it out. Inexpensive. Oh, you're talking about your rums. Okay. Still seeing you got your rums. Never had bourbon. Wait, bourbon cornbread. Did I miss that? Someone's talking about making bourbon cornbread? The Sila is the definition of an easy sipper. Okay. I know a lot of people were disappointed when they read that Asila was being discontinued. Um, you know, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. You guys will know what's coming out tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning is going to be a Compass Box whiskey. It's going to be the Great King Street Glasgow edition. And as a additional spoiler, you'll hear me say that I think it's possibly one of the most underrated whiskeys out there. You know, Compass Box has some really expensive whiskeys. You can get some of their stuff for 200-300 bucks, and people love it. You know, let's talk about it's not a luxury, no name. You know, there's some really good stuff that they're putting out there, but I don't really ever hear anyone talking about the Great King Street blends, in particular. In this case, being the Glasgow edition, but it's like a $45 whiskey, and in my opinion, it's delicious. It's got a pretty good sherry influence and a little bit of peat because there's Lafroig in the blend. But for $45, man, I would figure people would be talking about it like constantly. It's such a bang for your buck whiskey, in my opinion. Are you talking? Tom said this is the first whiskey that got peat on the finish. Are we talking about the Great King Street that I was just mentioning? Anyone? Bueller. So I know I exited earlier, but I didn't answer about myself. Yeah, we're probably not going to do anything at all for New Year, especially the missus is sick. She's under the weather. So we're probably just gonna maybe watch movies and she'll fall asleep by 10. I might play some video games. Yeah, the Glasgow blend. So I said this in my interview for the Whiskey Warrior. One of the people that I attribute to my whiskey journey the most in the beginning was Nathan from the Scotch Noob. Scotch Noob is a whiskey blog, and I found early on that a lot of the things that he would recommend I kind of liked as well. So when you find someone that has a similar palate to you, you kind of want to check their opinions if it's a whiskey that you've never tried before. And maybe save you some money, right? Well, he has a top 10 list, and one of the top 10 that he had was the Great King Street, the artist blend. So when I found that bottle, I went out and got it. It's the first time that I did not agree with Nathan. Like I honestly, I thought the artist blend was just boring. It was like middle of the line. There was nothing impressive on either end of the spectrum for me. So I didn't really like that edition. But at a tasting event I was at that had hundreds of different whiskeys, some of them in price ranges that went all the way to like $1,000 a bottle. I remember trying the Glasgow blend at that event, and even though it was probably the cheapest thing at that entire event, I still remember it being one of my favorite ones of that night. So um, when I upload the video tomorrow, you'll see I actually cracked the bottle open for the first time. That's the first time I'm trying it in, what was it, like 6 months ago that I went to that tasting event. So it was cool to see that even 6 months later, I still enjoyed that bottle with a fresh palate. Certain highly regarded whiskey blog. Well, you can mention it. Hey, malted in Montreal, Swami's in the house. Wait, I'm welcome for what? So Welsh, I don't mind you talking about other channels if you want. So if you want to mention the blog, go ahead and mention who you're talking about. And that's the thing about whiskey is that we all have our own palates, we have our own opinions. We're not always going to agree, and that's why I always say, even in my own videos, is um, try to find people that you have similar palates with, because if you're watching channels and people always agree together, or you're trying things that this channel you're watching likes but you don't like, you might just need to find other channels that also have opposing views. Find people that have similar tasting palates as you, so that you could see if they recommend something, you're like, you know what, they like it, I probably will too. But just like we were talking earlier, we all have completely different opinions, so there's no wrong answer. The only thing I will say, I'm not going to call out names, but there are people that I've seen give better reviews or opinions on things that the bottle was gifted to them by the company, or there was some type of money exchange, and you can kind of make it evident in the review. You're never going to see that here. Even with the bottles that are, if someone donates the bottle, like a manufacturer sends it in, we're still going to give the honest opinion. And since he's in the room, Daniel, that's one of the cool things that I love about their channel. They they don't give a shit if the bottle was given to them by, let's just say Compass Box sends them a bottle. Daniel's not going to all of a sudden be like, "Whoa, this is the best thing since sliced bread," because hey, we want you to send more shit. It's cool when you can actually be honest and just say, "Look, thank you for sending it in, but your stuff's kind of boring to me." It's fine to say that, because it's my opinion, and my opinion's not the end all be all, right? Like, you might watch 10 of my reviews, and as you're watching it, you're like, I don't agree with you at all. That's fine. Everything, we all have different opinions, and that's what's beautiful about the whiskey journey. If we all agreed all the time, there would be no reason for anyone other than Ralphie being on YouTube. Ralphie started this shit when YouTube was brand new. If we all had the same opinion, there's no reason for others to ever jump in the game. Find the reviewer that understands you and buy their album. Yeah, good analogy. People just like channels that use stupid jump cuts. I hear you mention that a lot. I wish I knew what the hell that meant. The glorious Mr. Rogers of whiskey. Yeah. So Steve, since you said find someone that has a similar palate as yours, find their reviews and buy what they like. Going back to Nathan from the Scotch Noob, the first whiskey that I ever bought that I didn't agree with him was the Compass Box Great King Street, and the second one was actually Aberfeldy 12. That's also one of his top 10 whiskeys. I don't like Aberfeldy 12. I don't know what it is about it, but it was hard for me to finish the bottle. And that's crazy, because I know so many people love Aberfeldy. I see it in all of my whiskey groups. People seem to love it, but my palate just doesn't agree with that one. So the thing is, even when you find someone that has a similar palate as you, it's similar palate. You're never going to have the same palate. You're not going to always agree. But if you can find someone that at least like 75, 80% of the time you guys agree, at least if they recommend something, you can, for the most part, feel like you're not going to waste your money if you buy that particular bottle, right? Compass box, you feel that there's some fanboy thing going on. Malt review. Actually, I don't follow malt dash review, but there's a lot of fanboy with almost any type of branding, right? Um, so I say it in tomorrow's video. I've never found a compass box that I don't like, but my budget and taste won't allow me to pay the money that some of these compass boxes go for. So even though I love No Name, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay $150 retail or $200 to $300 secondary for a No Name bottle. Because in my opinion, I can buy 3 good bottles for that same price, and I'm that type of person. I'd rather have a few good bottles than one really expensive bottle, especially because I love Lafroig, right? And I think a lot of you guys might agree with me on this statement. Lafroig is it's still one of my favorite whiskeys, if not my favorite whiskey to drink. And although I absolutely love Lafroig, and I feel it's actually one of the best bang for your buck whiskeys, bar none, because Trader Joe's by me sells it for 41 bucks. $41. It's such a delicious whiskey. But even though it is one of my favorite whiskeys, there are just certain times that you just don't want that peat. You don't want to fight that peat smoke. And maybe you just want to go towards something that's a little more on the sweeter side. So rather than having just one really good whiskey that's sitting on my shelf, I'd rather have a few whiskeys that, depending on what my palate wants that day or what my mood is, I can go towards I know Daniel doesn't like hearing this after doing that advent calendar, but maybe I want to go towards a Speyside whiskey tonight. Or maybe tonight I want to go for a bourbon, or maybe a cash strength bourbon. Like, I'd rather have a few different things to select from rather than just like, hey, I spent my entire budget to have this one bottle. No space. Or I have not had the orangery. So you did not like the orangery, I'm assuming. So I guess we all watched the advent calendar from Daniel. So yeah, we noticed he started to he was giving them shit, but he was also saying nice things about those Speysides. He ended up enjoying a lot of them. Okay, Daniel. Um, I didn't do like a popular advent calendar like you did. I know you did the Secret Spirits one, which is an awesome advent calendar. I actually got one from a local, well, not local, but a company in Washington called Heritage. And Heritage had something kind of similar to what you're saying. They had a bourbon and a rye that was finished in orange extract barrels. Now, it smelled like orange essential oils. That's how strong that orange smell was. And yeah, man, it was it's not for me. I don't like very sweet alcohols at all. So some of these they were definitely destined for the type of people that would make really really sweet cocktails, and it was more or less like you just throw it over ice and you're done. Yeah. I'm with that. I wouldn't want to drink an already mixed cocktail in a straight out of a bottle. I don't know. Hold on, just cheat. My mom lives on my property. I have a really big property. So I live in Bonsall, which is a kind of rural area, which is weird to say in San Diego. And we have a whole lot of land out there. Very small house. My house is only a 1 bedroom, 1 bath cottage. But my mom lives on the property, and sometimes I have to check my phone to make sure she's doing okay. So that's actually her texting me. Well, whether people want to give thumbs downs or not, it's fine. Like, I'm here for you guys that, I can understand. Like, I have a really crappy webcam, so that grainy picture might not be the most appealing thing for people, right? So if they want to give a thumbs down because of video quality is bad, or obviously we know a couple of Conor McGregor's fans were in here earlier, so we know they gave thumbs down when we mentioned anything about proper 12. Lafroig 15 is still your favorite Lafroig. You know what? Is it a 15 or the 18? There's a liquor store not far from me that has 3 bottles of, I can't remember now if it's Lafroig 15 or Lafroig 18. And it's been on my wish list for a while to go and try it, but $150. Yeah, like we were just saying a little while ago, it's a little rough for me to spend that much on a bottle. What's up, multi haggis muncher? And Whiskey Throttle is back in the house. Thanks for joining us. 18 is also really good. 150 should be the 18. Okay. Matthias, actually, you recommended my next drink. What was it? Oh, the Glencairn. That's what you recommended. Where did I put that? I'm going to crack open the Glencairn when I find it. I have all these little sample bottles all around me right now. Anyone else switching stances, drinking something else now? Leave it down in the comments section while I try to find. Couldn't have gone off too far. I didn't get up from this chair. Glencairn, where are you? That's Flaming Heart. Those are my Flaviars. Any of you guys actually members of Flaviar? The online speakeasy club? How am I missing the Glencairn? That is so bizarre. I did not leave this area, yet somehow I'm missing. Jay, how much longer of a drive you got, brother? We started this 48 minutes ago, and you said you were driving. Man, what did I do with that one bottle? I won that Glencairn in one of your advent calendars. Which advent calendar are you doing? So you are home now, but you still can't drink? Oh, you gotta drive again. Got it. Okay. Yo, that is making me lose my mind. What the hell am I missing that bottle when I have not left this seat? That's so weird. So, Steve, which advent calendar did you get that out of? And Lafroig is now expensive. Where are you at, Welsh? Because by me, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, I can get Lafroig 10 for $41 at Trader Joe's. So that's a great buy all day long. Oh, okay. The Secret Spirits one. Whiskey.com calendar from the Whiskey Dick. Nice. I haven't seen much from Bill lately. Where the hell he's been? Did he take a break? Is he on vacation mode? I found it. There it is. All right. So you said that you won something from Bill over at the Whiskey Dictionary. I actually won this Glengoyne 15, which is 43%. I won this on Instagram from the Scotch Whisperer. So I don't know if you guys follow the Scotch Whisperer on IG, but go ahead and give him a little follow if you're not. By the way, for the new guys that are brand new to the channel, obviously Brolic Whiskey is not only a YouTube channel, but we're on Facebook as well. And you can follow me on Instagram at Metahuman Dave. Glengoyne 12. Time to make dinner. All right, Gordon, thanks so much for stopping in, buddy. Great seeing you in the chat. Talk to you soon and have a great new year, man. Cheers to a great new year, 2019. Ooh, that's a nice nose. %. It's got a pretty good. Oh yeah, well it's 15 years, so I guess a lot of what I'm getting is from a little extra time in the wood. Did I miss your answer, Welsh? Did you answer where you're from? No, it looks like you didn't answer that. So Welsh Toro, where are you from? Ooh, that is creamy. And a little bit of a long finish on this Glengoyne. For something that's only 43%, that's got quite the flavor punch. Very rich in the vanilla side. Because of that little bit of extra aging, getting a little bit of like those richer notes, like the leathery but oaky. Man, that is nice. And so Jay, you said you're from Orange County, so we're gonna have similar price points. Are you do you know what Glengoynes are going for in our area, Jay? What's the deal? What you guys are talking about, Steve, with the days 5 and 6? Was there something that seemed amiss? Like you thought it was higher proof or lower proof than what they were saying? Oh, I remember watching that episode where he thought yesterday was today and today was yesterday. Okay. Oh man, I'm digging this Glengoyne. Wow. I need to find out what the price is. Lefroy 10 is 40% in the UK. Yes, that is one of the things that stinks. For some reason, they give you the lower ABV. I don't understand why they do that. Wow. 21-year-old for that price point? That's not bad. Jay, do you go to High Times in Costa Mesa? Is that one of your go-to spots? Wow. I think I just became a Glengoyne fan right here on camera. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it, Matthias, because the more I'm drinking this, the more I'm liking this. So I can definitely see it becoming dangerous because you are going to go through a bottle pretty quick. That is one of the tastier whiskeys that I've tried this year. Not bad way to finish out 2018. Finding that you like a new to you whiskey. So some yeah, Total Wine, K&L. K&L's got some phenomenal prices sometimes too. But for 2019, one of the main things I want to focus on is getting a new webcam. Um, if I plan to do more live streams, and I think last year I only did a couple, but if I do more live streams, I want this to be a clearer picture for you guys. So getting a new webcam is definitely one of the things I want to work on. There's two different options that I have as far as our recording setup. One is I want to get a better mic anyway, so hopefully you guys can hear us better and maybe block out some of the wind with what they call a dead cat that lays on the mic, since we are recording outdoors currently. The other thing that I want to try to work towards, and it's not going to happen right away because it's going to take some money, but I have a spot where I can create an indoor recording studio for us to always do our recordings, as opposed to being outside where sometimes we get the airplane noise, we get the wind noise, or the animals that just decide they want to show up. But I want to save up towards finishing off this one building that I have on my land, which is currently set up as a gym. I want to finish it off so that I can have a corner of that area to just be able to do recordings for the actual reviews, and then hopefully have a dedicated spot to do live streams so that I'm not using my wife's makeup vanity. I'm going to catch up on the chat right quick. Aaron Port cask finish, Glendronach 2003 PX, cash strength, Oban Little Bay, Glendronach again. So she likes the Glendronachs, Glenfarclas, and Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. I actually have never had anything from SMWS. It's sad. Never had one yet. So are you asking us to vote for you as to what to drink? Steve, lots of thoughts on day 5. Boom, boom, boom. Giving opinions on his Scotch advent calendar. Lefroy 13-year-old. I didn't even know they ever put out a 13-year-old. Eric's going live soon too. So since he's going to go live soon, I don't want to take too much time away from you guys. So if anyone wants to head over to Eric Waite, he's going to be going live. And yeah, I love this community that we have. We all kind of try to change our schedules around a little bit if we realize someone else is planning to go live. Eric's not in the room right now, so I don't know if I can send a link. If Eric was in here, I could just tag him, but I don't think he made it in here. Eric, yeah, he's not in the room, so I can't tag him. So if you guys want to go head over and say what's up to Eric when he goes live, that's cool. Otherwise, I'll start wrapping up this one pretty soon. So tomorrow's video is going to be Compass Box King Street Glasgow edition. If I can get Mike to show up tomorrow, we might do like a 2018 wrap up and talk about plans for 2019. So thank you to everyone who joined in, especially the new guys that said that they're new subscribers. Definitely, truly appreciate that. Daniel Whittington, look for uncorking Lark small cask. Oh, okay. That's what Eric is naming his live stream. Got it. Okay. Uncorking Lark small cask. So we'll look that up. So while I wrap up, thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the new subscribers. Definitely appreciate that. I'll try to get Mike to do a live stream. Since he's my co-host, it would be good to actually get him on a live stream once in a while too. We are going to be doing a giveaway soon. I'll make the announcement pretty soon. Okay, I think Steve just added the link. I have to approve it. I don't think the link is clickable, Steve. I just tried to approve the link that you just sent. If it works, the link that Steve just gave is for Eric's live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, Daniel. Truly appreciate that. And yeah, so just watch out for the upcoming videos. Thank you to, hey, we had our first super chat thanks to Roy at Aquavite, so thank you to that as well. So yeah, the link's not working, Steve. But everybody look for Eric Waits. Steve just made the name of the title. It's Uncorking Lark Small Cask Aged Limited Release Single Malt Whiskey. That is a mouthful, but that is the name of the link for Eric's live stream. Thank you so much, Stoy Fata. I didn't see you in the live stream, so hopefully you didn't join us too late and you got to watch the live stream as it was happening. Always appreciating your comments. Thank you so much to everyone who made 2018 a great year for Brolic Whiskey so far, going from a new channel to just under 1,900 subscribers. So appreciate that. Cheers to you guys. If you don't see our video tomorrow, have a great and healthy new year. Be safe tomorrow. Do not drink and drive. Use a designated driver if you go out. Cheers and have a great one, guys. Take care.